I've got no idea why I've decided to do this, but here we go with a live stream unboxing. So no fancy editing, no prepared script, no idea what I'm doing. So today I picked up this lovely little box from Boards and Swords in Derby. Return to Forgotten Age. I've got quite fond memories of Forgotten Age. It was my first proper campaign since getting Arkham Horror. I've got the core set part way through Carcosa even, if only I could speak. But yes, Forgotten Age was my first full proper campaign. Played Calvin. Took him right the way through to the end, where he was killed in the successful resolution. Still got very fond memories of that. But anyway, here we go. I have the Forgotten Age still in shrink. I have no idea what's in here other than the odd preview that Fantasy Flight Games have produced. I have water, but more importantly, eagle-eyed viewers may have spotted this. Keeping the game propped up perfectly for the camera introduction is a glass of whiskey. So we'll get that out of the way. So here we go. As with the previous returns, you get the fancy old school filing cabinet logo. You get the barcode on the bottom that gives you a preview of the cards, which when I tried it said, sorry, this isn't out yet, go away. So, time is cyclical, and you once again find yourself set upon a predetermined course, only things are not as they once were. Experience the Forgotten Age campaign with all new scenario cards designed to add new surprises and challenges. This premium box can also store your entire campaign along with divider cards marked for each encounter set in the Forgotten Age cycle. Finally, this expansion contains new player cards that increase the customization options of the game. So, let's dive in, shall we? This is where I spectacularly fail to break the cellophane on my first try. No, here we go. Let's see just how little of this box is taken up with content. Because we buy it for the box, don't we? Let's be honest. Ooh, no instant gratification there, it's hidden by the leaflet. So here we go. As usual, you get the alternate encounter sets. I think this is I think previously it's just been a single sheet. So what have we got here? So we got revised encounter sets replacing Dark Cult, Expedition, Temporal Flux, and Yig's Venom. We have an optional variant for randomizing the encounter sets. I think that's the same as the previous ones. New rules for Explore. If an enemy is drawn from the exploration deck, it is resolved as normal. If it is discarded, place it in the encounter discard pile as you would normally. This is considered an unsuccessful exploration. And in some scenarios, there are additional changes to the Explore rules. These are noted in the setup card. There's an extra intro for Threads of Fate, and a different resolution for Heart of the Elders Part 1. I'm not going to go into any of these details. And yeah, okay, there's some interesting stuff there. An achievement list. Why did it have to be snakes? Defeat 20 serpent enemies. Well, in the campaign that I'm running with in our friendly local game store, we're already up to 15 Yig's Fury, so I think we're probably well on the way to achieving that one in the standard version. Watch them unravel. Complete all 4 act decks during Threads of Fate. I won't read any more of these because some of these might be viewed spoilers. Okay, So that's that. No one's interested in that, are they? We want the cards. We want the lovely cards. So we have our encounter cards. We have our player cards and encounter cards. We have our lovely dividers. And I'm just realising I'm just picking up here and I'm looking at them and not showing them to the camera. So here, as usual, dividers. Agents of Yogg-Sothoth off to the Untamed Wilds. We have our encounter cards, or some of our encounter cards, and we have our player cards. So I'm going to dive in and have a nosy at some of these player cards. But first, a sip of whiskey. Doing this at 11:15 at night on one of the hottest days of the year here in the UK. So I'm feeling rather muggy. Right, so let's see, player cards go to here. We have a new basic weakness. 4 new basic weaknesses. And then we dive into our encounters. So what player cards have we got? So we have Blood Eclipse, 1 XP, has an additional cost to play it, take 2 damage. This is where my absolute non-knowledge of the game really shines, because I can't remember what the normal Blood Eclipse is like. How different it is, I have no idea. We have a survival knife, 2 XP, fight. You get +2 fight for this attack, and as a reaction, when an enemy attacks you, before resolving that attack, you can exhaust the knife and fight, which targets the attacking enemy. You get 2 damage, +2 fight, and deal 2 damage. Let's do it like this, and at least keep things. Attempt to keep things in camera. So there are our Guardian cards. Our Seeker, we have Truth from Fiction, 2 XP. Place 2 secrets among assets controlled by investigators at your location, or 3 secrets if there is a clue on your location. We have a new Ancient Stone, Transient Thoughts, 4 XP. You can only include it by upgrading it from an unidentified ancient stone. Use X secrets. X is the number in parentheses next to you have identified the stone. When you draw any number of cards, spend that many secrets and move that many times. Okay, on to Rogues. We have an upgraded Decorated Skull, 3 XP. Uses 0 charges, and as a reaction, after an investigator, ally, asset or enemy at your location is defeated, place 1 resource from the token bank on the skull as a charge, and you can spend up to 3 charges and draw that many cards and gain that many resources. Again, I can't remember what the original Decorated Skull looks like, but you might find this interesting. This might be boring beyond belief. Okay. Colt Vest Pocket, 2 XP, 2 cost, 5 ammo. Spend an ammo to fight, you get +2 fight for this attack and it deals +1 damage. Forced at the end of the round, if you triggered Colt Vest Pocket's ability, so that's the action to spend an ammo and fight, discard it. That's interesting. So it has 5 ammo, but as soon as you use it, you have to discard it that turn. So maybe if you've got Leo and some other reasons for you taking extra turns, maybe get all 5 shots off in one go, then you have to lose it anyway. Don't know. Right, on to the Mystics. We have a Mists of Relier, 2 XP, 2 cost, spell, uses 5 charges. Spend a charge to evade using head instead of foot. I always forget the real words for it. Head and foot. You get +1 head for this evasion attempt. If you succeed, after evading, you may move to a connecting location. If a symbol chaos token is revealed during this evasion attempt, choose and discard a card from your hand. We have a Chthonian Stone, 3 XP, 2 cost. Seal, the Skull Cultist Tablet or Elder Thing, uses 3 charges. If the Chthonian Stone has no charges, return it to your hand. After you reveal the tentacles, remove a charge. So okay, so I'm reading that you can seal over and over again using that. The only time you lose a charge is if you draw the tentacle, which is every other turn when I play. Right, Survivor. These are the cards I know a little bit more about, and then I'll probably not know these. Is that right? I've only got 3 Survivor cards here. That doesn't feel right. Okay, so I have the others have all got 4. Right, Alter Fate, 1 XP, 3 cost. Choose and discard from play a non-weakness treachery that is not attached to an elite enemy. And then my single card I have On Your Own. It's a 3 XP asset. It is exceptional and permanent. You investigate against deck building restrictions, no assets that take up an ally slot. As a reaction, when you play a Survivor event, exhaust On Your Own and reduce that event's cost by 2. Interesting. Okay, and then we have some neutrals. Well, we have 1 neutral. We have an upgraded backpack, 2 XP, cost 1. As a reaction after you enter play, search the top 12 cards of your deck for up to 3 non-weakness items or supply cards. Attach them face down to backpack, shuffle your deck. Cards attached to backpack may be played as if they were in your hand. If there are no cards attached to backpack, discard it. Okay, from memory I can't remember how that differs from the ordinary backpack. Probably cheaper. Right, new basic weakness, Dendromorphosis. Revelation. Put Dendromorphosis into play in your threat area. It cannot lead play while it has no damage on it. As a free action or as a player window action, you can take a direct damage to deal a damage to Dendromorphosis. Card designed by the botanists at Arkham Knights 2018. So that's a single card. I was wondering if that matched up with, I don't know. Okay, and so now we have 3 treacheries that are all pacts. An offer you cannot refuse, campaign mode only. When you become the bearer of this weakness, gain 2 XP. As a revelation, lose 5 resources. If you cannot, instead remove offer you cannot refuse from your deck. Search the collection for fine print and place it in your discard pile. Fine print, revelation, lose 7 resources. If you cannot, instead remove fine print from your deck. Search the collection for sell your soul and place it in your discard pile. Sell your soul, revelation, lose 10 resources. If you cannot, your dock patron tears your consciousness from your body. You are driven insane. One way or another, the debt shall be repaid. I like those. That's good. I do like those. As terrible as they are when they happen to you, I do like those weaknesses that cycle in and out of your deck and fluctuate into other versions. Brilliant. Okay, so as I said, I'm not going to go through the the scenario cards. Maybe let's do a couple of highlights. There's a new Harbinger of Volusia. Oh dear, that was terribly weird of me. A new Harbinger of Volusia there. That was my natural reaction at seeing. Some new locations. We've got, looks like a whole new act for Threads of Fate. Okay, So interesting stuff. I'd like to say I'm looking forward to giving Forgotten Age another go, but we know what's really going to happen is I'll never play it, never. No, I'll just use the box. That's what we all do, isn't it? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed that. What? Well, can't even see how long I've been going. 15 minutes. 15 minutes of your life you'll never get back. Copyright Kevin Evans. So there you go. Enjoy. I'm going to have to just double check that if it's correct that I've only got one of On Your Own. Maybe the card name says it all, I suppose. So yeah, okay. Thank you for watching. Nobody's watching. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.